Gator.
He's gonna only do normal intros and outros when it's his video. When it's his intro and outro.
Yeah, when his intro.
You know, we're never gonna. No.
Oh my.
The Yoshi Sphinx! Flashbacks! Sticker Star!
The coolest part of Sticker Star isn't even original to Sticker Star! Did that game get one thing of originality?
No.
Yes,
Didn't I
paint
tell
and cook,
you?
guys.
No, it does not.
Didn't I tell you way back when we were doing that world that it was based off of Mario Kart Wii?
I don't remember. It's been forever.
Yeah, this is literally like World 2, but Mario Kart Wii.
I saw it registering Gator's head as I was
Oh, this got squished. I had the big bunch when I was in lead, but then it got squished.
Like, it started off low, but then it started to grow in his head. Yeah.
The pain that came over his eyes was so funny. He's just like, what?
Hi.
You okay, Patrick?
Finland!
The Advent Health World of Wellness.
This might be the best podfest of all time. Callie is so hot! I love her so much! We'll have time for wifey gushing later. But oh my goodness, this might be the hottest Callie has ever looked in the Splatoon series, and I'm counting the ending of Octo Canyon.
Don't you usually let's play Zelda or Mario or Splatoon or Captain Toad for the 50th time? Why are you let's playing this game? Well, the answer is very simple. It's because I'm Batman. So we go over here, and we're tearing off a steel grate with our bare hands. Do you want to know how we're able to do that? It's because we're Batman. Thank you all so much for watching this video for Batman Arkham Asylum. Until next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah, I'm Batman. Testing. That was a fun little intro, considering the fact that stupid Advent Health commercial popped up in the middle of my own YouTube shorts. I gotta figure out a better system for that soon. But anyway, hello, it's Gator to you, and welcome back to whatever we're doing today. We're doing the G8RStream thing. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. I meant for part 2 of the Lake region to happen a long time ago. Things just kept coming up. There was a lot of stuff that happened all of a sudden. But now we're here. We are here. Everything is okay. We are finally going to finish off the Lake region in Breath of the Wild. So without further ado, let's get this started. So a bit of a recap for folks who might be tuning in for the first time. What we're doing today is that we're going to be live streaming ourselves, like getting footage for the Koroks in this game. Because how I'm editing those videos is that we record the footage for getting them during a Gator stream, and then I edit it down into a montage for the Let's Play. So thankfully the Koroks in the Lake region haven't been too complicated. The thing though is that there's 93 of them in this region. I believe the only region in the game that has more Koroks is the Central region, which I'll be saving for last. Because that's going to be a fun time. Alright, so we got our first one. What's going to be a good landmark to look for? We can use that over there. That'd be fun. Alright, so let's look at the timestamp. It's going to be 11:46. 11:46. Sweet. The next Korok we'll be looking for is going to be located alongside the riverbank over here. And if you notice a change in the commentary or anything like that, it's because we're recording on a whole new day. Yippee! A few months later. I can explain. But yeah, the Pharaoh Korok Towers are going to be located over there. If you want to look at the map, this is where it's located in conjunction for that. But now we'll be going over here. Those trees look very pixelated for a moment. And whee! You found me! Whee! The next one's going to be located around here somewhere. Ah, I see you. Alright. Over there, words are difficult to speak when you have speech impediments. Oh yeah. The Pharaoh Tower is located off in the distance over there. The previous Korok is... every time I go into this, like I zoom the camera, it's like right behind the leaf. But anyway, over there, that's a very majestic looking deer. Over there is the previous Korok, and over here is where the next one's going to be. So we got that one, and we're... Oh, wait, that hurt my feelings! That hurt my feelings and the rest of my body. I kind of need this body to do stuff later today. Okay, we got this one. Now we'll be over here. Let's collect this one. Where's the next? Ah, I see. You found me. Bye-bye. There we go. Hey there, buddy! How do you feel about a sword in the face? Is what I would be saying if I had a sword. What's the next one we're going for? Yellow. 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 It's the yellow one. Yellow time. Ah, fairy lights. Shiny! Shiny, 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 shiny. Shiny, 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 shiny. Oh goody, it's raining now. Did you just shove that donkey out of the way, you... Oh, wow, you're a jerk. That guy literally just shoved the donkey. What did that donkey ever do to you? Alright then, well, now we're going over this way apparently for some reason. I believe, in theory, we're gonna want this over here, maybe? And this one over on the top of this. Wait, hold on, how do I want to do this one again? Looking over my notes. Ah, I see. Okay. Ah, bumped the microphone! Alrighty then. Let's try this the smart way with our brain. So what we're gonna want to do, we're gonna want to move the rock on top of here and then use magnesis to hold it in place. This is a pretty clever one. I'm surprised we haven't seen more puzzles like this. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Yeah, it's working! You found me! Bye-bye! Alright, I have an idea. I have an idea. Idea time. Stasis load faster. Stasis load faster. Stasis. There we go. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do it. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This would be epic. This would be awesome. That worked too. I was aiming for the Korok, but, you know, getting tied up to the tree is pretty amusing as well. Did we get the yellow one already? I think we did. Treasure chest! There's a treasure chest! I want to get the treasure chest. Silver. Yay! Our ruby count is 1111! Yippee! Okay, yeah, we already got you. Where is our next destination? It's raining. It's raining. It is raining. It is raining. It is raining in this game. It is raining, that is lame. It is raining, go away. It is raining, I want a cookie. Ah! Cell phone, scare me. Ah! There was a cliff. Okay then. Alright, so the next Korok we'll be looking for is going to be located over here. Let's go. Let's get a double edge weapon so we can have some super epic awesomeness. Come on. Boom! You found me! Bye-bye! You're lucky this time, you little punk. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. The first 5 Koroks were all within the same general area, so that worked out pretty nicely. Making notes, making notes. That's what you do when you make notes. Now just make the timestamps or the beacons. Bacon. I want bacon. How come I don't have bacon? I want bacon. Next round is right there. That's gonna be a little bit further ahead. And where is that one? Where is that? It's on top of this rock. Ah, I see. I want to say that's further down. Is it over here? No, it's not. Where is that one? Southeast of the Ibarra Butte. Where is the Ibarra Butte? I wish there was like some kind of like more definable edge for the region so I can know how far out to look. Because I'm not entirely sure where technically the lake region ends and the front region begins. Okay, I think I see now. There we go. In hindsight, I probably should have mentioned the fairy fountain right there. That would have been a better landmark. And next one's up here. Alright, looking at the timestamp. Timestamp's going to be 20 minutes, 11 seconds. 2011. Alrighty then. The previous Korok is right over there, and the next one is going to be located over here. First things first, I want to take care of this guy because he hurt my feelings and he stole my lunch money and he cheated on my wife. So now we're over here. We might need some Cryonis things for that before we do anything else. That might be the smart way to approach this. Alright, let's go over this way. Boom. Boom, da boom. Boom, boom, da boom. Why isn't House of Mouse still now on Disney Plus? Like, House of Mouse has been a thing. It's like Disney Plus has been a thing for 6 years at this point, and House of Mouse still isn't on there is like the biggest. It's like the worst thing Disney has ever done. No, I will not exaggerate. It is literally the worst thing that any major company has ever done. Not worldwide pollution or firing people for. Actually, no, it's not go that far. But yes, it is ridiculous. House of Mouse still isn't on Disney Plus. Or Buzz Lightyear Star Command. Why is that not on there either? So I think this next one is going to be one of those leaf pedestal thingies that we can collect on top of those mountain things. So let's go over here and that way, cheat that way. No, it is not. Okay, where is this? I know that's the pedestal down there. That might be in theory. Where is this stupid thing? Nope, that's not it. Okay, where is the thingy? I'd very much like to find the thingy. Owie, that hurt my feelings. We can talk about this. There's no reason to resort to violence. Alright, looking over notes. Looking over the notes. Looking over the notes. Okay, it's on top of a large pillar. Do I see a pillar? I do not see a pillar. In times like this, we can really wish we had this thing where... So in Gameplay Chronicles X, there's this thing where you fire a camera straight upwards, you use that to look around. I really wish that was like a... There's like something that was in every 3D like open world game. Because that is such a useful feature, and I don't really know of any other open world games that use it besides Gameplay X. Ah, I see. I see, says the blind man. Go away. The previous two Koroks were located in this general area, so now we're going to want to go over towards the top of those pillars over there. That's going to be our next objective. It's going to be epic, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be more epic than Epic Universe. Where would the epic tier list be? Because we have Epic Mickey, we have Epic Universe. So, which one would be more epic than the other one? I'd say probably Epic Universe, because there's a lot more epic worlds in that game, in that world. Because you got Super Nintendo World, you got Dark Universe, whereas Epic Mickey is just one good game, a decent spin-off, and a decent-ish sequel. Where was I going with this? Hey there, buddy. How you doing? Oh, okay, that's where we want to go. Hi, Pharaon Tower. We're getting dangerously close to the Pharaon region. I'm wondering if some of these Koroks may have been saved for that video instead. So let's go over this way. So yeah, the Koroks that I'm organizing are based off how Zelda Dungeon organized them on their walkthrough list. So yeah, this one I probably would have classified under the Pharaon region because it's a little closer to that tower, but okay, Rivali. Let's work your charm. There we go. Okay, okay. Okay. Go, 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 go. You can do it. You can do it. Hold on, Link. You've got this. You can do it. You can do it. You can help the Cinderella. Okay, let's not be a bit too button happy about matching buttons. Okay, we probably got one more left. We can do it. Yeah, we're fine. We have nothing to worry about. And next up is over here. Yeah, it's gonna be a fairly easy one. It's one of those circly rock things. But yeah, so I probably would rank Epic Universe higher than Epic Mickey in terms of epicness because it does have Dark Universe and Super Nintendo World and the How to Train Your Dragon World, so that's a little bit more. Hi there! You don't see me. You don't see me. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you just go back to sleep. Go back to sleep and dream about cupcakes. You dream about cupcakes and throwing them at other cupcakes. If you want to eat the cupcakes too, that's totally okay, but you know, if, you do you. You do you. Okay, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, pretty please. Whew. Okay. Okay, that kind of freaked me out a little bit, but everything is fine. Everything is sweet. Everything is grand. I've got the whole wide world in the palm of my hand. Everything is perfect. It's falling into place. I can't seem to wipe this smile off my face. Life's a happy song when you've got someone by your side to sing along. Okay, so this rock's gonna be going over here. And that's all we had to do. There's like a million rocks right here. You could have made this a more interesting puzzle. Alright, timestamp. That's gonna be about 2650-ish. So I am hoping to, like, I don't want to make any promises, but I am hoping that these Koroks streams will be a bit more consistent going forward. So, long story short, the reason why I was kind of having to put this off for a bit is because there's a lot of, like, stuff going on in my personal life. Long story short, a couple of my really good friends had to move away. So, yeah, I was kind of focusing more on, like, spending time with them before they left. So, like, yeah, I wasn't really focusing too much on streaming at that moment. And that's kind of also one of the bigger reasons why Wii Sports, the last couple of videos for that kind took a little longer than they should have to release. But that's the short version of that story. Timestamp 2842. Man, it's been a while since we played this game, but I never get tired of how gorgeous this game looks. So over here, towards the edge of the lake region, what is that over there? Okay, those clouds over there from the distance, it looked like an island, and I was like, wait, is there some kind of secret island here that I never knew about? But anyway, yeah, what we want to do, we want to have these all look similar, probably. What is the solution this time? What is inside the box? What's inside the box? These both look the same. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, new timestamp, 2952. Towards the edge of the lake region, we're gonna have one of these blocky puzzle thingamajab, what? I think I was trying to merge thingamajigger and thingamabob, and it came up thingamajab. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, let's go over this way. And yay! A new Korok is ours! We're going to eat it. What would a Korok taste like? Probably not very good. I imagine it probably tastes like a lot while I'm trying to eat wood or something like that. So, probably not the most tasty thing in the world. Would they taste like a tree or would they taste like a leaf? I don't know the answer to that. I don't want to know the answer to that. Okay, I am thinking more about it, and I'm wondering if they taste like some kind of chicken nugget thing, but more like a vegan-friendly alternative. Like, I don't want to think about eating Koroks right now. Let's go on top of this mountain. Towards the base over there is where one of the fairy fountains is located. And over on top of this mountain, we get a nice pretty view over here, but on top of this rock, or underneath it rather, we'll get a new shiny thing. Now time for our regularly scheduled timestamps. Alright, so far so good. Let's see. Let's set up our next beacons. This thing that I'm really liking about this region is that all the Koroks are pretty close to one another, so we can knock out a bunch of these pretty quickly. Like, we're only like 30 minutes into the stream, not counting... like if you include intermission stuff. So we're making a lot of progress pretty quickly. I feel like if we probably could have honestly taken care of all of this within one stream before. The reason why I didn't really make it a priority at the moment was I think I had work the next day or something like that. But yeah, I have all the time in the world right now. I don't work tomorrow, so I can be here for as long as I want. So I believe the only Korok regions we have left to after this is going to be We get the Farron region after this, which I will say that's probably one of the ones I'm worried about the most. Simply just because of the fact that the Farron region tends to rain a lot. We already took care of the side quest that makes it so we shouldn't have to worry too much about that anymore. But that is something that I am a little concerned about. The other thing I'm a little worried about, like I'm definitely worried about the central region because that is going to take the longest amount of time to complete. I'm gonna guesstimate that the central Koroks will probably take 4 streams to finish, and it might be a 2-hour video, because there's a lot of them across the region itself and all across Hyrule Castle, so that's gonna be a bit of a pain. The Hebrew region shouldn't be too bad. There are a lot of Koroks over there, but they're kind of like the lake region. They're a bit clumped together, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going the wrong way. The Ridgeline region, I believe, is the last one that doesn't really have a whole lot of, like, a high number of Koroks or anything like that, so we should, in theory, be okay for that. But yeah, my ultimate goal, I'm going to try to get 2 more regions finished before the end of the month. So we're going to finish up this stream, and then hopefully before the end of the month, we'll also finish up the Farron and the Ridgeline regions. If we don't finish them both, at least I would like to get started on them. I think Farron is going to be the next one we do because those videos were earlier on in the playlist. So it probably makes more sense to do those ones first. So we'll do Farron, and then we'll do Ridgeline after that. And then Hebra, and then the Central region. And we are almost done with this, with the super long Let's Play. I do apologize for how long this Let's Play has been going. I do wonder if some people got burned out from it. The nice thing though is that there hasn't been a whole lot of I don't really pay attention to views that much, but it didn't seem like there was like a whole lot of viewer drop off. That did kind of fluctuate over time, but like it seems like whenever a new Breath of the Wild video releases, then it does fairly well. So that is nice to see because these videos do take a lot longer to put together than the average Let's Play. What's the timestamp this time? 35:20. Not 30. There we go. At the end of the pathway over there is going to be the pathway to the fairy fountain with the horse and stuff. We have the Horse God's Bridge down here. And we have some more rocks in this general vicinity. So now let's go find the Lonely Rock. It is raining again! Rain! I'm already dealing with you enough in real life because I live in frickin' Florida. Can you just not rain for 5 minutes? Literally, the other day it rained so bad and the water level got really high in the streets I was walking near that the water level got up to my ankles. And I was like, bro, dude. Why? Why is that a thing? Like, normally I don't mind the rain, but still, it was a little obnoxious. It was a little bit on the obnoxious side. And over here is going to be our next Korok. It's going to be right around the corner. And I lived a full life! You found me! Bye! I'm gonna do the smart thing and teleport out of here. Link, use teleport. Wow, that's some good teleporting there, Link. I think that guy's retired from videos. Like I didn't regularly watch him when he was uploading, but I was curious about him because I found his channel again, and there was he announced a video retirement for them, and it's like, oh, that's good for you. I have an idea for what I want to do for if I were to ever retire from videos. I don't want to go into too much detail at the moment because like plans could change and I don't plan to retire from videos anytime soon, but I do have an idea for what I want to do for like the absolute last video I'd ever upload on the channel. Going back to Koroks for a moment, though. So, I will say, I don't currently plan to Let's Play Tears of the Kingdom anytime soon. Not just because of the fact that it's a really big game, but also, I would like a nice break between open world Let's Plays on the channel after we finish this one. So, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom Let's Play isn't going to happen anytime soon. But I will say, if the time ever does come, I don't think I'm going to be going for Koroks again. Because I feel like the Koroks are kind of one of the bigger things that keep the Let's Play ongoing for such a long period of time. There's even more of them in Tears of the Kingdom, and I kind of feel like I don't really have that much more to say about Koroks in general, so I might pick some of them up off here and there during a probable Let's Play, but I don't think I'd ever like make a dedicated Korok episodes or any after we finish this Let's Play. I think if I were to do Tears of the Kingdom, in general, I'd probably want to go for 100%, because, for one, I don't really like Tears of the Kingdom that much, so if I were to make videos on it, I'd probably just go for the story, and we probably would at least go for all the shrine stuff, but I don't think we'd go for 100%. This is not a very good weapon for this guy. Can you be dead? I'd really appreciate it if you would be dead. There we go. No! Our Ruby count is ruined! It's not 1111 anymore! Oh, that is such a tragedy. That is so tragic indeed. But anyway, let's go over this way. Where are we now? Where are we? Hi, Lake Tower. It's been so long since we've seen you. So around this general area should be our next objective. If we can find it somewhere, that'd be nice. Where is this rock? There's supposed to be a rock around here. Is there no rock? Have I been lied to my whole life? That's very possible. I'm going to look at my notes. What am I missing? Oh, it's another one of those stupid leaf things. Actually, I have a better idea. Come top of the hill, look at just northwest. There's a lake forest again. Right near the... Okay, let's teleport over back to the shrine. Step on the tree stump here, and it will create into the yellow circle way off in the distance. Alright, so the pictures that I'm using on Zelda Dungeon, they don't mark where the stumps begin, unless you're on like the big map. I only have the little maps on right now. A bit of a behind the scenes technical limitation I have is that I don't have enough USB outlets on my computer to have my keyboard plugged in, my capture card, and the microphone. So I unplug my keyboard when I'm doing these streams. So that's a fun time. It is a laptop, so but the problem with that is that the built-in laptop the built-in keyboard kind of sucks right now. So it's been doing this really annoying thing where, well, first of all, some of the buttons fell off. Like I don't know how my computers get to this point, because I like to think I treat my computers pretty well, but this one has been falling apart, literally. It's been falling apart for a while, and like the hinge is completely broken, so I gotta keep it open all the time. The button some of the keyboard buttons fell off, and it's like I know I treat my stuff well, so why is it always falling apart? But yeah, like a part of me is like, this computer is not that old, why is it falling apart like this? But then I remember 2018 was a couple years ago. It was a while back, so that might be the reason. Not a very good reason, but it is a reason. Alright, what is the timestamp this time around? Timestamp 42:39. 42. 39, 42, 39. Oh yeah. Hi, Lake Tower. It's been a while since we've seen you. And hi, Hyrule Castle. We'll get to you soon enough. But now we're going this way. Oh, you are far away. And I never get tired of this game. Look, it looks so gorgeous. And the thing about this is that the Switch 2 edition also looked really nice. It's not that much of a visual upgrade. It's more so like a more steady frame rate. Like the Switch 2 version runs at 60 FPS rather than 30, which was kind of mind-blowing to see. Like, I don't particularly care that much about having like 60 FPS in every video game that I play. The stream that we're recording right now, though, this is not the Switch 2 version, because fun fact, words are difficult. The Switch 2 edition is profile locked, which means that, yeah, even though it's on the same console, it's only available on my regular profile. It's really dumb, it's really stupid, and it's like, eh. Granted, this was the free version because I have NSO, but still, that's dumb. That's stupid and that's dumb. Going on a bit of a rant real quick, I gotta say, Switch 2 editions of the Zelda games really are not that great. Like, okay, the frame rate boost is fun, and the Zelda Notes thing is a pretty cool addition. But that's pretty much it. There's no, like, the Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition doesn't even come with the Champions Ballad. Like, it has none of the DLC, and they charge more for it than the regular Switch version. And this is like an 8-year-old game at this point game. That's great grammar. It's like, it's an 8-year-old game at this point, so why are they charging more for it when it doesn't even have the DLC? A pinwheel! Ah, bye! Pinwheel? Pinwheel. Ah, I see now. Alright then. Well, let's go like this. We got that one. We got that one. We got one more. Yeah. That's probably the closest we'll get to a proper shooting gallery in this game. You know, right across the way is the next pile of rocks we can look for. So isn't this super fun? Isn't this amazing? Isn't this awesome? Boom! What do you think about that, you rock? You hear me? Bye-bye. This is such a pretty game. Alright. Timestamps. Timestamps are the thing we're doing. We got those last three pretty close together, so they probably all just share one. Now let's look over here. And the next one we're looking for. Did we get this one already? I feel like we did. No, we didn't. Okay, we're good. Alright. X-Stamp's gonna be look here, right here. This is another pinwheel thing, so I was a little worried. I was like, wait, did we get some of these out of order? Oh no, what are we gonna do? Next up is not that one. Directly south of the Heron Lake. Where is the Heron Lake? Where is the Heron Lake? Where's the Heron Lake? Oh, it's right here. Yay! Okay. That wasn't too bad. I got a little turnaround. West of the Horsecock Bridge. We probably could have gotten this one Belongs to these next ones, but whatever. Whatever. And over here is the next one. Alrighty then, let's move onwards. Yeah, going back to my tangent about Switch 2 discs and stuff. It's really, really dumb that they charge full price for them, because these are kind of old games that they're double charging, and it just is not. It's a terrible idea. And it's like, if you're gonna do that, at least include all the DLC, because with Kirby and the Forgotten Land, at least, yeah, it's more expensive than it should be, but it's at least coming with something that would probably have been DLC for the base game. But the Breath of the Wild Switch 2 doesn't even come with the Champion's Ballad, and it's so stupid. And it's like, you got people wondering what other Switch games are gonna get Switch 2 editions, and it's like, I don't want any of them to get Switch 2 editions, because then they're gonna charge more for... Nah, it's not good. I don't like it. It's not good. And the next timestamp, 48:58. 48:58. Perfecto. Hi, Lake Tower. How you doing? Over here, there's another pinwheel. Blue cone pinwheel. These are... Oh, I don't like this one. These ones move around really weird. These are like super close. These are like a bit too close for comfort. I don't like this one. I believe there's one more. There should be one more. Where is... Where are you? Would you stop moving? Okay, what is the pattern of these ones moving? Okay, how many more of these freaking balloons are there? Get back over here. Get back over here. Get back over here. Alright, we'll wait for you to come back, apparently. Probably should get some more arrows before we go much further. There we go. We did it. We did it. Yay. Hi, Stable. You're a Stable. How are you doing today? Alright, we got the Pony Stable over there, and around this corner is that fairy fountain we saw earlier. That word should not have an SH sound, but I have a speech impediment, so that is fun. And wee! Oh, that should have landed! That should have totally landed in the thingy. Okay. Okay, come on. Let's do this. Come on, come on, come on. Let's try this again. This time without fail. Come on. You can do it. Okay, I was trying to be unnecessarily epic. I guess he didn't want to be epic. How dare you? How dare you not want to be epic? Do you realize how much hard work it is to be unnecessarily epic in this world? Okay. Let's try this again. Let's go one more time. Go, 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 go. Stay. Down, doggy. Down, doggy. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. I was a little on the obnoxious side. We did it. Because we're at the end of the road. End of the road. End of the road. Alright, the next timestamp. We're gonna get that set up real quick. It's another one of those things. I fell into the pit. You fell into the pit. We all fell in the pit. Alright, we got this. Towards the end of the bridge, the Horse God's Bridge, that leads us over towards the ferry. Come on. Okay. Can we please be unnecessarily epic? That is what I would like for my birthday. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yay! Unnecessary epicness achieved! Yippee! Okay, we got that one. We got it, and that was fun. Now let's move on to the next one, which should be around the same general vicinity. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be sweet, and it's gonna taste like root beer. And I would like some root beer right now. Root beer is awesome. I would say in terms of sodas, like root beer is pretty high up on the list, but Dr. Pepper definitely is my absolute favorite soda. That being said, I am trying to cut back on how much soda I'm drinking because it is kind of not healthy for you. But it's yummy. I like yummy stuff. I also learned recently that if you mix like Powerade, Sprite, and lemonade, that's pretty much like Baja Blast Mountain Dew. And when a friend told me that, I was like, wait, hold on, is that true? And then I mixed it myself, and I was like, oh my god, this is a game changer. This is awesome. No! Stay! Stay! Okay. Alrighty then. This rock wanted a bit more attention than usual. I see how it is. Alright then. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. This is going to make my life so much easier. Wind didn't affect the rock. Wonderful. Rally, you're useless. Okay, how do I want to do this? Alright. Okay, I think I have an idea. Why do you take so long to throw things, Link? Why do you take so long to throw things? You probably should just reset at this point. Oh! Don't you fall down further! That's the opposite direction I want you to go, you stupid rock! Okay. New idea. New idea. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this and see if this will work. Okay, let's go. Okay, okay. No, you son of a... Stay, stay, stay. 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 You stay right there. Okay, let's try this yet again. Let's try this yet again. Okay, come on. Come on, let's go with 2 this time. Let's go with 2 this time. You son of... I swear, if I go up that cliff and there's another rock up there, I'm not going to be a happy gator, but I am determined to make this rock go up the cliff. We are going to do this, and we are going to like it. Okay, let's go. Let's go Eevee Pikachu. 2 wasn't enough. Let's go. 3, 4. It should be good. I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, thank Kylie above. Okay, we did it. We did it. Yay!
that took way too long. That took way too long. Okay. Let's move on to the next Korok and get out of here. Huh. 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 I think the next thing is going to be located down here somewhere. Beep boop bop. Where is the next Korok? I found it! Yay! Alright, Boxy. Alright, Boxy, you're gonna be my best friend forever. We're gonna go on walks, we're gonna go on a picnic, and we're gonna go to Disney World, we're gonna go to Galaxy's Edge, and we're gonna get blue milk, and it's gonna be awesome! And I completely forgot the timestamp that I set for that. That's great. Alright. I think it was like 55-ish. The next Korok. Where are you going to be there? Where are you going to be, buddy? We're going to be down this way. Down to the bottom of the sea. Puffer Beach. It's gonna be in the unhurrying area thingy. Alright, these are all fairly close together, so we should be okay. We probably don't need a whole lot of timestamps for this next group. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Alright, so yeah. In grand scheme of things, we're not that far from the end of Breath of the Wild, which is pretty nice. Korok-wise, we just need to finish up the Lake region, and then we're probably going to do the Farron region after this, and then Ridgeland, Hebra, and Central. The only two that I'm really worried about are like the Farron and the Central regions, because Ridgeline doesn't have a whole lot to do. It's just that the Central region has, like, the region itself is pretty huge, and also there's like a bazillion Koroks in the castle. So that's gonna be a bit of a fun time. The timestamp this time around, 1 hour and 1 minute. Towards the coastline in the southern part of the lake region, I gotta say, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I wish so bad that this game you could go under the water, but we can't. It's I really wish we could. Okay. Wait, actually, what's the Korok puzzle this time? I thought it was a lily pad thing, but I don't see any lily pads around this area. Circle of seaweed. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's a seaweed. That could have gone a little better. Alright, take two. Towards the southern coastline of the lake region, this is the same general area where we met that one crazy lady who likes guardians more than it's probably healthy. We see this, not exactly lily pads, but they're more like seaweed, but we could still dive into the center of them. You found me. Ain't that fun? There's also some treasure chests under the water if you want to get that too, but which
I know I've said this before already, and I'll say it again. I wish so bad we could go under the water in this game because you just know that those areas look gorgeous. And it's like, with that one glitch in, I forget where exactly it is, but there is that one glitch where you can go under the water, where you can at least look under the water. And it just looks so gorgeous. It's like, game, why do you not let us go under the water? Like nearly every other, pretty much every other 3D. Hi! Hi, I know that person. Hi, Kai, you're playing Tears of the Kingdom. I'm playing the game you don't like, and you're playing the game I don't like. Yay! I will say it's one of the more interesting friend dynamics I've ever had in my life is the fact that, like, so we're both huge Zelda fans, and okay, I think I'm a little bit more open-minded with the 3D, with the open world Zelda games than Kai is, but, okay, because the way I see it, I don't consider this like a replacement for a traditional 3D Zelda game. I consider it as kind of like a side thing. Think of it like how the 2D Zelda games, you have the more traditional ones like Link's Awakening or Spirit Tracks, and you have the multiplayer focused ones like Triforce Heroes and Force Sword. I think of it more along those lines where we have the more traditional 3D Zelda games like Majora's Mask and Skyward Sword, and we have like a second style of 3D Zelda game with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So I do have hope that we will see a more traditional mainline 3D Zelda game in the future. I think that it is like entirely possible that they could have a best of both worlds kind of thing. But yeah, going back to Kai for a second, it's really funny to talk to them because like they just do not like Breath of the Wild at all, and it's always really funny to listen to. And I don't like Tears of the Kingdom that much, and like I'm sure that's amusing to listen to as well. I think the majority of my negativity towards Tears of the Kingdom lies with the fact that that first playthrough has kind of happened like the worst possible time ever, because there's a lot of bad stuff that was going on in my personal life at the time, and I wanted so badly to like Tears of the Kingdom, but then that first playthrough was just completely cursed, so maybe someday I'll talk about more in detail, but as for right now, it's probably not something that I want to linger on too much, because we are playing Breath of the Wild, and I like Breath of the Wild. Off in the distance over there was the previous couple Koroks. In the montage version of this video, you might hear like a chipmunk gator rambling on about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and stuff like that. So yay, chipmunk mode was fun. But yeah, I do have high hopes that the next 3D Zelda game probably isn't gonna, I don't want to say irritate me, but it probably won't have the same problems I had with Tears of the Kingdom. So my big problem with Tears of the Kingdom, like I don't want to go too much into detail on this, but my big problem with Tears of the Kingdom is that it just screams missed potential. So, wait. Okay, yeah, my timestamps are accurate. So my problem with Tears of the Kingdom is that it just screams missed potential. So Breath of the Wild has such an incredible world and some like really intriguing storylines that they don't really go too far into in this game, and that kind of feels like what Tears of the Kingdom should have been. But it's weird. It feels like it tries to be its own thing, but it doesn't let itself. Like it does not reference the events of Breath of the Wild whatsoever. It is such a weird feeling because like it feels like I don't know how to describe it. It's such a weird feeling because it's trying to be a Breath of the Wild sequel, but it doesn't commit to it. That's probably the best way that I can word that. So it shares the same world and it references a few things here and there, but it does not acknowledge like Climate again and at all. It barely mentions the champions. So it's like, why bother trying to market yourself as a sequel? That's just lying to the fans at that point. Okay, enough Tears of the Kingdom bashing. Let's get back into Breath of the Wild goodness. Next timestamp, an hour and 7 minutes. the last batch of Koroks is located over there. We're still along the coastline for the lake region. And the next one we're going to be collecting is going to be located around here. Somewhere in this general vicinity. Ah, I see. Tarzan. Oh, I see. Boom! Explosions! Explosions are usually permanent. You found me! Me! And down here, it's gonna be our next one. There's gonna be all sparkly. Sparkly! Shiny! Sparkly, shiny, sparkly, shiny, sparkly, shiny! Yippee! We got the sparkly, shiny! I wonder what a shiny Korok would look like in terms of how Pokemon does things. Somebody draw fan art of that? Because I don't want to do it. I mean, like, I probably would if I had the actual skills necessary, but I don't have the skills to draw anything. Okay, my art skills have gotten a lot better these past few years, but it definitely not to the degree that I would like. My talent more so lies in like writing and story building and things like that. But yeah, I'm not a super great artist. I would like to try to be better. Let's be careful about this. Boom! Come on, we can walk this. We can walk this. Yeah, we can walk this. We're fine. Yeah, everything is fine. Alrighty then. Buddy, you are not in a good spot. I'm just gonna say that right now. This probably isn't gonna be the most comfortable spot for you. Oh, we're getting to the place with the Lionel now. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Let me put my pony over here because we're probably gonna need her. Ah, we changed horses. Dang it. Toast doesn't have the... Toast doesn't have the medallion we need for that. Isn't that so much fun? Where is this Korok? It's up on the tree. In the center. Okay, it's the one in the center we want to start with. I think it's a little one. Let's go with the little one. So, yeah, for the next series Zelda game, what I'd personally do, I would keep it open world. But I would definitely make sure that when you're going through the story and things like that, like you... Okay, my big problem with Tears of the Kingdom storytelling was that if you got the memories out of order, you spoiled the whole game for yourself. It was so poorly done. Tree stamp! Alright, let's go over this way. We don't have Rivali's Gale with us at the moment, so that's going to be a little bit on the unfortunate side, but we should be fine. We should be fine, we should be fine, we should be fine, oh yeah. Yeah, we'll be okay. We don't have to worry about this. You found me! Bye-bye! Okay, before we do anything else, I want to go back over here so we can get our better pony. I want to go back over here so we can get Raisin back. Because without Raisin, it's not gonna end super duper well for us. But yeah, so with the next series Zelda game, I would keep it open world, similar to this, and I would keep the dungeon format of, alright, this is your objective, these are the dungeons across the world, go for some in any order you want. Because I do feel like that's a good structure for a Zelda game. Just conquer the dungeons in any order you want, and have like a kind of like have an isolated story within each of those areas. What I would do, because like Ocarina of Time did this really well, where what I would do with that is that I'd have the like a set of dungeons unlock at a time. So like you get the first 3 dungeons after you get off the tutorial area. After you finish those ones, then you get the next batch of dungeons, and then so on and so forth until you get to the end game. I think that would work really well for Zelda. So they could probably do something along those lines. They also don't need to keep making them bigger and bigger each time, because Majora's Mask, one of the best things about that game was they didn't try to outdo themselves with Ocarina of Time. They knew what worked well with the previous game, just built upon that. And I feel like that worked really well for it, because they knew what worked well with what they had at the time. And man, like Majora's Mask is just such a good game. I do wonder what it'd be like if they were to make a 3D Zelda game, like another one that had like a strict time limit. Like if you had like a Breath of the Wild style world, but you only had like a few hours to finish the game. I wonder what that would be like. Alright, the next for Koroks we could probably get within a single timestamp. So the timestamp this time around is going to be an hour and 14 minutes. An hour, 14, 40. Easter Show. We are now at the Easter Show Shrine. That was difficult for me to say. We're next to that like campground thingy with the one person who can't cook anything. This is one of my favorite side characters in the entire game. She's just so adorable. I love her so much. So let's go over this way. And we got like a couple of Koroks in this area, so we can knock them all out fairly quickly. The next one around here somewhere. I swear, if I say... never mind. I was about to say, if I get lost in the first one, after saying we can knock them all out pretty quickly, that'd be quite amusing indeed. Alright, we got the first one. There should be another one high up on the cliff that we were just on, so we're gonna want to backtrack over there. We're gonna backtrack all on the floor. Backtrack. Give me some more. Backtrack. I've had this stupid idea where... I've had this really dumb idea for a while where if I ever did a Xenoblade Chronicles Let's Play, so like Shulk has a move called backslash, and whenever I hear him use backslash, I always think of that one song where it's all like, smack that all on the floor. So if I ever did a Xenoblade Let's Play, you can guarantee one of the dumb running jokes that I'm going to have is be all like a backslash all on the floor, backslash, give me some. Alright, where is this? Can you not, balloon? Balloon? There's something in Tears of the Kingdom that would make this so much easier. Come on. Oh my goodness. Oh my, this freaking balloon! This balloon! Get over. Oh my, stay still, you bastard! Die, bird. Balloon? Where? Oh my freaking god. There we go! Cheese and crackers, that balloon was starting to piss me off. I apologize for the bad language word, but I was getting really annoyed about that one. Okay. We got it. We're out of regular arrows, but we got it. Let's move onwards. I believe the next one's gonna be located towards the end of this thing, so let's go over there now. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Hearing that song and playing Zelda does make me think of the fact that we have a Zelda movie coming out in the next couple years, and I'm really excited to see it, although I'm really worried that's gonna suck. I mean, like, the Mario movie was pretty awesome, so, like, you know, I have confidence that they're gonna do well, but I'm not... I'm still somewhat a little bit worried about it. I do hope that they make it like an original story and not try to base it off any game or anything like that. But if they were to base it off a game, it'd probably be Breath of the Wild or something like that. Either Breath of the Wild or Ocarina of Time. As I feel like Breath of the Wild would be the more safe option.
Is now ready.
You found me! Bye-bye! If I were to make a Zelda movie and I had to base it off a game, I'd personally go off of Link's Awakening. And I know that's going to be biased. Excuse me. I know it's going to be biased because it is my favorite game of all time. But, like, the manga goes into a lot of really interesting detail about the world of Link's Awakening. And I feel like if they were to do a movie off that game, then that'd probably be, like, one of the more interesting ones to watch. If not a movie, then at least a TV show or something like that. Like kind of like a Disney Plus 6-episode TV show or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I believe it's going to be on top of this cliff. The next one we want to go look for. Keep an eye down there in case there is something I'm missing, but I do believe it is high up on the cliff. That could have gone a little better. I don't think that could have gone worse if I tried. Oh my god, Link, turn around. Okay, there we go. It only took an eternity. But we did it. We did it. Yay, we got these Waluigi symbols. I mean, they're upside down, but close enough. You should have Waluigi in the next Zelda game. Like, no rhyme or reason or anything like that. I don't know other Nintendo cameos or anything like that. Just have Waluigi show up somewhere. The Legend of Waluigi. Waluigi's Awakening. We haven't started the... Why did you not... Okay. Alright, then, yes, you're not gonna... I guess you feel like breaking your kneecaps at this point. We haven't started the Switch version of Link's Awakening yet. At the time I recorded this video. I started the practice run of it, but I haven't started recording it. But I will say, one of the things I absolutely love about the Switch version is that they kept the weird Nintendo references. So that was one thing I was really worried about that they were going to remove, because like Mario and Luigi, the Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story remakes, they kind of sanitized a lot of the more original character designs in those games. So I was kind of worried when Link's Awakening was coming out that they're going to replace characters like Wart or like those enemies that look like Kirby and things like that. But they kept all of them and even updated some of their designs, and it looks really cool. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm excited in general to start recording the Link's Awakening remake. If it was fully 100% up to me and I didn't care about how other people felt, I probably would do the Link's Awakening remake right after the Game Boy Color version. But I figure that if we were to do that, it would cause a lot of burnout with Link's Awakening, having two versions played right back to back. Especially considering the Switch version is probably going to take longer to finish than the Game Boy version. Where are we going? I think there's one of those boulder hole things somewhere around here. I'm gonna look around a little bit before I look at my notes. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to start recording the Link's Awakening remake pretty soon. It just feels so good to play another Zelda game on the channel. So I was really excited to start recording the Link's Awakening Let's Play, because it's been so long since we've done a traditional Zelda game on the channel. I have an idea for the next Zelda game I want to do after Link's Awakening. It's not going to be another hybrid game, so yeah, that's going to be a fun time. But I am pretty excited to eventually cover the other Zelda games. I mentioned before that. Hey there, buddy. I mentioned before that one of my ultimate goals is to let's play every 3D Zelda game out there. So with that in mind, that's one of the bigger things where I would say that I don't particularly count Tears of the Kingdom because I consider it like its own separate style of 3D Zelda game. So I'm gonna say let's play every 3D Zelda game out there. I'm gonna loosely count Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I kind of consider them to be like their own camp. With that in mind, after I finish Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, then I can kind of brag about the fact that I've played every traditional 3D Zelda game out there. But there, of course, will be that lingering feeling of, oh no, you didn't actually do all of them because you're missing one. Alright, this timestamp is going to be an hour 23 minutes. Hour 23 and 30. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. So if you're in med school and you're like a nurse, can you still be around apples? And then once you become a doctor, then you develop that like whatever that thing that keeps doctors away from apples. It's like a phobia or something like that. Like if you're too close to an apple, like the doctor would explode or something like that. I don't know. I didn't give this too much thought, but now I'm overthinking it, and that's all I got to think about right now. I'm imagining now, like, while you're in med school, like, your professor pulls up a picture of an apple, and you're like, okay, this is the enemy. Do not go near it. We are not qualified to handle such a horrible monster. Okay, this one's actually going to start. Northwest port. Okay, the Zelda dungeon keeps doing the pop-up where it's like, this page is unresponsive. I don't care. I don't care. It's not responding. I already have the information I need. I just need to scroll. Stop with the unresponsive crap. Go away. Okay. Alright then. Yay, you're me yelling about stuff that the viewers can't see. We're already pretty close to getting all the Koroks here. That's pretty exciting. Alright, next up is... Alright then. Go away. I has a pony. Oh, goody. Hello, Blood Moon. How you doing? Man, whenever I see the Blood Moon, it always makes me think of this really adorable thing Meanie Beanie did. So, she wasn't really scared of a whole lot of things whenever she played games, but she was terrified of the Blood Moon. And I remember one time she was like legit kind of curling up and like covering her eyes with the blood moon was going off, and it was so adorable. It was always fun watching her play this game. Where is the next thing we want to do? Oh, it's a pinwheel. Oh boy. No, it's a flower. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Alright, somewhere around here should be a flower. You can call me a flower if you want to. No! Dragon! Oh, I found the thingy. This isn't the thingy that I was looking for, but I found the thingy. And there's a dragon over there! Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea. Something, something, and something cherry tree. Puff the magic dragon. I love that song. Okay, so I remember when I was a kid, so before I decided I wanted to make video games when I grew up, one of the other things I wanted to do was I wanted to make movies. And I always had an idea of making like a classic Disney animated style movie based off Puff the Magic Dragon. And I'm a little surprised that they haven't done that yet. Like, that'd be such a cute idea for a movie. It'd have a very tragic ending though, because like the kid grows up and doesn't play with the dragon anymore. But I'm sure they could find some way to make it more lighthearted than, I don't know, like the kid dying or whatever. Probably what I would do if I want to make it lighthearted, I'd have the kid still grow up and the dragon kind of goes off in the cave, all sad and things like that. But then the kid comes back all grown up and things like that, and they brought their own kids for the dragon to play with. I think that'd be a pretty nice, lighthearted way to end the movie like that. But I love that song, Puff the Magic Dragon. It's such a cute song. Let's go over here when we're following the flowers. You can... I've been here. Okay, I'm trying to remember how those lyrics go. There's this one really cute song that's been going out all over the place lately. There we go. We got a thingy. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how the song starts. Where it's like, you can meet me at the pop shop or at the car stop. Meet me by the thing. Pretty little baby, I'm so in love with you. That song's been stuck in my mind for like 2 months straight because a friend of mine, she had like a really nice wedding recently. Unfortunately, wasn't able to go because I was in the middle of moving. But she was in the middle. She had like a wedding, and most of our work friends were able to go, and they took like pictures and things like that, which is pretty sweet. One of them posted on her story that song, and ever since then it's been stuck. Where are all these frickin' Octoroks coming from? You need to kindly go away. Why did you take out the ball? Oh my god, the Steam's controls are starting to kind of piss me off right now. You're gonna explode, and you're going to explode. You wanna explode too? I got one for you as well. How do you feel about exploding? There we go. Got some one for you, and you're gonna get a sword because you're not good enough for an explosion. There we go. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my friend had her wedding. So, yeah, one of my friends from work, she had like a wedding recently, and like a mutual friend between us posted like a Instagram story with that song on the story, and ever since then it's been stuck in my mind for the past couple months. Meet me at the car stop or at the pop shop, pretty little baby, I'm so in love with you. I don't know if my future wife would want to do this, but one idea I've had for a while, if I were to ever get married, I'd want to do something stupid where we would kind of plan it out so that everything that could possibly go wrong happens, like the wrong flowers appear, the cake gets knocked on the floor or something like that. Just make everything that could possibly go wrong happen, and then towards the end of the ceremony we'd be like, alright, so we know this wedding didn't go quite as planned, but that's totally okay because you're actually here watching us renew our vows. We actually got married last year. Just something kind of silly like that. I've had an idea for a while. if I were to get married, the wedding planning, I would. I'm sure my future wife would probably be more involved in wedding planning than I would be in real life, because like little details like that for wedding planning, it's probably not something I'm best suited for. Like I was a wedding officiant, but mostly for that is mostly just standing on the pedestal, reading some lines, and then being like, "Do you take this person to be your wife? Do you take them to be your husband? Cool, kiss each other and get out of my face." Yes, that's exactly what I would say back in my wedding officiant days. Did I officiate my own wedding? Huh. I never thought about that before. No, you probably can't because you need like witnesses and stuff like that for the wedding to count. Anyway, let's move down here. Around the top of this cliff is going to be the lake tower. And down here is going to be our next objective, if we can find where the thing starts. Is there a rock down here? Might be a rock down here. No, there isn't. No, there isn't indeed. Looking over my notes. Looking over my notes. Looking over my notes. Looking over my notes, cause that's what I do when I'm stuck. Okay, there is a rock around here. But then where is it? Alright, where is this alleged Korok that I've heard oh so much about? This one might take me a little bit to find. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure all the details for what I want to do for my future wedding, but I do have an idea for what I want to do in terms of proposal. So I'd want it to be something. I want it to be like a reference to like a kind of like an inside joke or something like that between us. Some kind of nice private area that would be all nice and romantic and stuff. So I think that'd be pretty fun. If I were to propose in a Disney park though, like I personally think that it'd be okay. So everybody gets proposed to in front of the Cinderella Castle, and that's romantic and all. But I think personally, I'd want to propose to my future wife in front of the Millennium Falcon area in Galaxy's Edge, because that area looks absolutely gorgeous at nighttime, and I think that'd be a bit more of a romantic spot. Where is this stupid Korok? It's over here? It might be over here. And it is raining. That is fascinating. I love it when the rain appears at oh so convenient times. Isn't that great? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that the greatest flavor of the ice cream? Go, 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 go. There we go. Okay. Is this where the stupid rock is? There's supposed to be like a metallic block around here somewhere, but I can't find it anywhere. Okay, now we're way too far. Okay. Let's get rid of this because it's bothering me. Hi, Grandpa's Gaming. Grandpa's Gaming says, "Hello, Gator. The blood moon of death. They're getting up on you. Close to 500. Gator probably going to end up near the crack." How you doing? It's been a while. So yeah, we're actually pretty close to the end of getting all the Koroks in this region. We're about to get Korok 80. I mean, there's 92 in this region, so we're getting pretty close to that. The thing is, though, is that I seem to be a little stuck. There's supposed to be like a metal wall around here somewhere, but I can't find where the blocks are, and it's a little bit on the irritating side. Hopefully we can figure this out soon. Against the north wall, we'll find 2 blocks. Missing block under water, and some islands. The thing is, like, yeah, I can't find where those stupid blocks are. Okay, where is it? Cobra, I'm sending you all the emotional support hugs. Like, I know it's been difficult recently, and yeah, like, I'm hoping you're doing okay. Like, hopefully things will turn around pretty soon. Whenever something that usually helps me whenever I'm feeling down or just going through something is that it helps to keep in mind that whatever bad times we're going through right now, they eventually do just become a memory at some point. So, yeah, like, I know it's difficult right now, but you got this. I believe in you, man. I was actually looking through some old clips from videos we've done these past couple years, because I'm getting shorts made for some, like, Gator memory stuff. And there's some pretty funny ones. Like, we have one coming up pretty soon where it's a moment from Galaxy 2 versus where we're canceling you because, like, you say Marina's like a squid and not an octopus. So I'm looking forward to that one coming out. Okay, this one is driving me crazy because I don't see a metal block anywhere, but it's supposed to be in this area, but it's not, and it is starting to tick me off. Where is this alleged stupid rock? Alright, let's go over here. Let's try over here. The map I'm looking at right now is saying it's towards the edge near the tower, but I didn't see one over there.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
If I got it already, it would have shown up on the map, but it's not, so I definitely haven't gotten it by now. There it is! That blends in so much with the wall. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. I do not like that one bit. No, I don't. No, I do not at all. I do not like it one bit. I do not like it one bit. Okay. Now that we found we're actually trying to find the stupid thing, now we can go look for the metal block, which should be down in the water somewhere. Hopefully. Maybe. Oh, this is great. This is excellent. Yeah, if we ever do Tears of the Kingdom, I'm definitely not gonna get the Koroks again. It's like, the actual process of making the videos in this Let's Play wasn't too bad. It's just more so just a really time-consuming thing. But with Tears of the Kingdom, yeah, I'm definitely not doing this again. Okay, now where is the metal box? Missing block is underwater and is kind of hidden near the small islands. I get that it's near the small islands, but where is it? Where is the stupid box of death? not see it anywhere. I do not see it anywhere. Getting really annoyed about this. Getting really, really annoyed about this. Super says it's Tears of the Kingdom stuff items to break, or where you can climb while it's raining. Yeah, both of those are still in Tears of the Kingdom. The nice thing about Tears of the Kingdom, though, is that you can fuse items together, so that kind of acts as a bit of a repair system. But it's not the most ideal thing in the world. I really wish there was just some kind of system out there that you can use to reforge your broken weapons, because that's still a problem in Tears of the Kingdom. I don't mind it so much. I don't think it's like a bad thing or anything like that, your weapons break, but I do understand why it's such like a annoying thing for people to go with. Let's see what's around here somewhere. I found it! I found that son of a bitch! Ah, yes! You are gonna be mine! You are gonna be mine! Oh my goodness, we finally found this bleeping thing! Ah, okay. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be mine. It's gonna be mine. It's gonna be mine. It's a treasure chest! Where is this freaking block? We might as well open this. Why not? Oh, that's a DLC item. Great. I gotta use this footage in a future video now. Yeah, in general, Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like it doesn't really fix any of the problems I had with Breath of the Wild. If anything, it makes it more problemsome. So, okay, this isn't a problem with the Switch 2 version, but on the Switch 1, the menus you use to navigate, like, this stuff, it takes longer for it to pull up, and that gets really annoying when you're going through items, when you're going back and forth between items so much. I really like the memory system in this game, but with Tears of the Kingdom, they do this really stupid thing where the memories themselves are very clearly written to be seen in a specific order, but you can still find them in any order that you want, which means that if you find them in the wrong order, then a major moments later in the game were spoiled for you too soon. That happened where there's like this big mystery that happens all across Hyrule. Then one of the first memories that I saw was this listen to that memory, so I was like, oh, great. Now every time that this comes up in the future, I'm not going to care about it because I already know what's happening. Whoever says hooray for future editing. Yeah, it's not going to be ideal. Okay, I'm looking this up. Where the hell is this stupid thing? Breath of the Wild, Koroks, Lake. I won't be able to see chat for a second, so I do apologize. Oh, great. Ads. Isn't that fun? Literally the first one that shows up in the search is the one that I'm looking for. That's convenient. Okay. Okay. Timestamp. The timestamp is going to be 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 23 seconds. Okay, it should be around here somewhere. It should... There it is! We found you! Oh my god! We did it! We did it! We found this stupid block! It is such a glorious sight! Okay, we did it! We did it! We found the block! It is such a beautiful sight! Oh. Alrighty then. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Alright, what's this listen we're looking for? It's gonna be in the middle of the thing. It's gonna be in the, get back up there. 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 Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You are right there. Just fall into place. You're right there. Just fall into place. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here's a cute little box. Who's a cute little box? Who is a cute little box that I never want to see ever again because I'm sick of seeing the stupid Korok? Oh my god. Go in the hole. Go in the hole. There we go. We did it. Screw you, Korok. Screw you. Okay. We're almost there. Almost there. Hopefully that's the worst of it. Hopefully that's the worst of it. Alright, next Koroks are gonna be located over here. Cobra says, hooray for doing it! Alright, setting up the timestamps. I don't have one set for 76. That's gonna be fun. Let's just run it up to 130 or something. Alright. Next one. The far west of the coral reef. And a high cliff. That's good to know. Here. There's the... Oh, goody. My phone's at 10%. Isn't that fun? Alright, just go... I might not look at the stream chat as often for the next chunk of the stream. Because my phone's dying. That was a disgusting noise. I apologize for that. And it's still raining, that's fun. Yeah, like, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the Switch 2 versions, not super fond of them. Like, it is pretty cool that they run at a more steady frame rate, that is fine. And the Zelda notes are pretty cool, but the fact that they charge more for them when the Breath of the Wild doesn't even have all the DLC, it's really ridiculous. Cobra says your phone is at 90%. 90 is more than 80. My phone's at 9%. That's a single-digit number. It's also a multiple of 3. Well, 9 is a multiple of itself too, so that's fine. There's this dumb video I was watching recently where it's like the models from Sonic Adventure and Sonic and Knuckles talking together. And they're all like, why does multiplying two negative numbers equal a positive number? It doesn't make any sense. Turn around again. What the? I'm facing the same direction. Okay, but why doesn't multiplying two positive numbers equal a negative number? Don't turn around. Don't turn around again. What the? I'm facing the same direction. That's been in my mind recently. Okay. I believe this rock is going to be located towards this higher part. Keys seem to go away. Where are you even protecting me from, bro? That was a waste of a druid protection. Druid's protection is now ready to roll. Am I seriously going to have trouble finding this rock, too? That's going to be fun. Cobra says, modern gaming in a nutshell. Charge more for the same game you already own to play it on a slightly better graphic console. Yeah, that's, at least with the Wii U to Switch port, that made sense because it wasn't backwards compatible. But, I don't know, I just feel like the Switch 2 versions, they're not worth it. And an argument could be made for Kirby because it does come with a second story campaign. And like the second story campaign kind of feels like a DLC pack on its own, which is kind of neat. But like from what I've heard from Mario Party Jamboree, like the Switch 2 version isn't really worth it at all. And like I already said my piece about the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom ports, so. Yeah, more games are being charged in the Switch 1 versions. Yeah, it's okay. I get games having an increased price now. I get it. The economy sucks. But as much as I like Mario Kart World, why in the world is it $80? I don't think this video is out yet, but I want a bit of attention in an upcoming video where I'm like, okay, on one hand, you could make the argument that Mario Kart 8 with the DLC costs $90 in total, so the argument could be made that like spending $80 for a brand new Mario Kart could kind of be worth it. But at the same time, it's like, no, it's just so silly. Okay, where is this rock? Where is this other rock? I just want to find the rocks. Can I pretty please find the rocks, please? The rock that's missing is located just to the northeast and within the bushes. Yippee, isn't that fun? Okay, where are those bushes? Might be over here. I'm not cool. This is where I saw that deer that one time. Where? Over there. By the bushes? Oh, I see. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright. What's the timestamp this time? 1 hour 54:28. Hi, Lake Tower. How you doing? Down there, I never want to look at it again. But now we're going over here. We found this beautiful, beautiful rock. It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. A rock. It's a great, big, beautiful rock. The pioneers used to drive these babies for miles, and it's in great shape. Bob, what'd you forget? The stupid pioneers. Have you noticed that there are none of them left? That's because they were lousy hitchhikers, ate coral, and took direction from algae. And now you're trying to tell me they thought they could drive rocks. Also, 500 Koroks! Yay! We have more than that in total because we turned a lot of them in earlier in the Let's Play, but yay! We have a bunch of Koroks! Alright, we got 2 within that timestamp, but Cobra says the same thing. It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. Do you mind think alike? I'm trying to... Come on. Stupid phone. Yay, my phone's being dumb. Okay, trying to format stuff on notes on an iPhone is stupid. There we go, finally. My phone hates me. Yes, it does. Capture card. I'm a little worried. Capture card. Frame rate. Frame rate. Okay, things are looking good now. Alright. The footage got really stuttery for a moment. I got really worried, but it should be okay now. It should be okay. Don't worry about the future. It's alright. Xenoblade X also got a Switch port recently, and I really want to try it out soon. I didn't particularly care that much about it back on the Wii U days. Like, they didn't really explain the game very well at all in the tutorials. Like, I had no idea how the overdrive system worked, and I got really annoyed with the skells in the game. But that's a topic for another day. Dragon! There's a dragon over there. I like the dragon. Alright, so we got this next block that was thankfully a lot easier to find than the previous ones. Super blocks here. You can do on my birthday party. Against the wall over here, near Lake Hylia, is going to be the next thing we'll be doing. Ain't that fun? So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X, still a pretty good game, but I never finished it. I would like to get the Switch version soon. It's not like something that I'm actively trying to go to the store to go buy and things like that. Like, it was a fine game, but I don't really know if it's something that I feel like double dipping on immediately. Like, I love the other Zelda game. I love the other Xenoblade games. It's just that Xenoblade X is a very different style of a Xenoblade game. It's definitely a lot more focused on exploration than story, which I feel like the story is what makes this a Xenoblade game. I definitely do want to get back into it at some point. It seems like a lot of the problems I had with Xenoblade X were fixed in the definitive edition, so yeah, hopefully it's decent. I do kind of wonder what it'd be like if they make a Tokyo Mirage and Switch 2 edition. They're probably not going to, because I'm probably the only person in the entire world who wants more Tokyo Mirage content. Which I still stand by my opinion that's one of the best RPGs of all time, and no one can change my mind on that. Alright, it's a little hard to see exactly where we are, but we are near Lake Hylia. The bridge of Hylia is right over there. And underneath this rock is going to be our next... I'm sorry. The lightning flashing with the Korok appearing is really funny. That caught me off guard. That was an amusing time. Let's go back over... Actually, we can just go over here. I'm gonna give that one a time step of an hour 50-ish minutes. It's raining, it's pouring, the James Rose is snoring. He went to bed and punched me in the head, and I couldn't get up in the morning. Over near Hylia Island, in the middle of the Lake of Hylia, near the bridge of Hylia. Man, everything is in this area is named after Hylia. We want to go over this way. But I do believe this tree seems suspicious. So let's go over here. Get on top of the tree. Link, climbing a tree in the rain is totally safe. It is totally safe, and no harm could possibly come to those who climb trees in the rain. You found me! Bye-bye! There's this one tree that I used to climb when I was a kid. It was near an apartment complex I used to live by. And man, that was such a fun tree to climb. If my mom knew that I climbed that tree a lot, she'd probably get after me, and she would not be happy about that. But I didn't care. It was a fun time. Aw, it gets a sequel just for Gator. Good thing James is not watching, or is he? He's always watching. Always. That's a temple time. That's not where we need to go. We're going this way now. No, we're not. Where are we? Peak of Mount Falora. Falora, Epona. Ooh, I wanna take you. Azora, Zelda, come on, Epona. Artino, Okuko. Baby, why don't we go find the dungeon keys? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where when I can you get away from it all. South end of the Crashland. There we go. The southern part is gonna be over here. Let's go over here. My mom was teleporting to the room. Whoever says you only play the first few hours of the original Xenoblade, you gotta play them more. They're awesome. Not too overhyped or anything like that, but they are some of the best video games of all time in the history of anything ever. Alright, so I'm gonna create a little fireplace for us. And hopefully, by the time we wake up, it'll not be raining anymore, because that'd be the most ideal situation. It is still raining. Ah, explosion! Okay, those are bomb arrows. That's not what I wanted for my birthday, but I'll take it anyway because I'm not a spoiled brat. There we go. Let's screw it up now. Yippee! If you do get into Xenoblade, one thing I'd definitely recommend, if you have the Switch version, there's like an easy mode that definitely makes it a lot more manageable, because there's a lot of gameplay mechanics in the first Xenoblade that kind of like pile on top of each other that could be pretty overwhelming at first. So I definitely recommend playing it like on an easy mode. So that game is pretty great. Torna is awesome. Like, even if it was just like a standalone DLC campaign for Xenoblade 2, it's still freaking awesome. It's like one of the best DLC expansions ever. And Xenoblade 2 probably is like top 3 favorite video games of all time for me. And Xenoblade 3, I haven't played much of it, but I am getting to the point where everybody is saying, oh, this is where the game gets really good, so you gotta keep going after this point, and it seems intriguing. With Xenoblade X, the thing that annoyed me about that game, the reason why I didn't really like it that much, was because everywhere in the marketing for Xenoblade X, they kept marketing that Skells could fly, and it's like one of the coolest things ever to be able to have this giant open world you can freely fly around in. The problem, though, is that these Skells don't actually become available until halfway through the game. So there's like no indication at any point in the marketing that that was going to be the case. That really annoyed me. And not even that, but once you finally do get the Skells, they don't even fly at first. So you have to play through like another 30 plus hours of story to get the Skells to a point where they can fly. And when that happened, it was like, that's kind of like a heartbreaking moment, because I was so excited. I played the game for like 5 hours straight one day, trying to get the Skell license. And I was really heartbroken when I saw that it didn't even fly yet. And I was like, okay, I'm done with this game. I don't feel like playing it anymore. The next timestamp, 2 hours, 5 minutes. We're running up to 6 minutes, guys. That seems a little more convenient. 2 hours and 6 minutes. Hi, Bridge of Hylia. How you doing? I definitely will say, one thing that Tears of the Kingdom definitely does do better than Breath of the Wild. The Bridge of Hylia in Tears of the Kingdom is awesome. If you know, you know. I won't spoil it, but it is pretty cool what they do with the bridge. So the next batch of Koroks are going to be way off over here. We probably could get there faster if we come from this shrine. So let's try that instead. We're getting pretty close. we're getting pretty close. I think we only have like 10 Koroks left, or something like that, before we get them all in this region. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Torna is a separate game than the definitive disc. Yes, so Torna the Golden Country is like it's an expansion pack for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Without going into too many spoilers or anything like that, it's a prequel set like hundreds of years before the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So Torna could be experienced as like could be played as a separate experience from the other games. That's how Pink Garment played it at first. The downside though is that Torna kind of expects you to have a general idea of what happens in Xenoblade 2. So there are a couple things in Torna that will spoil the base game if you play it first. But on the other side, if you didn't play Xenoblade 2, then you're not going to really understand the context of why these are big spoilers if you haven't played the base game already. It's more so like if you play Torna first and then you see these moments, then you'll play the base game of Xenoblade 2 and be like, oh wait, this is the thing that's happening. And now that I know the context of this because of Torna, oh, that's pretty interesting. So yeah, either way, you can't go wrong with playing Torna 1 or 2 first. I definitely will say play 3 last because it does rely on 1 and 2 more so than anything else. But Xenoblade 1 and 2 can be played in any order. Torna, I would say, try to play a little bit of 2 first, but if you do play Torna first, that's totally okay. Next timestamp, 2 hours and 9 minutes. I'm climbing a tree! Whoopee! I'm on the wrong side of the tree! Whoopee! You found me! Whee! I lived a full life! Gerber says the other day, started the first playthrough of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Are you playing like the Game Boy version or like the PS2 remake? I played a little bit of the PS2 version. I didn't get super far into it, but it seemed pretty fun. I like the card combat in the game. Okay, I don't remember exactly where this one starts. Okay, this one has an acorn. Okie doke, we got this. That acorn looks suspicious. Die, acorn! You found me! And you destroyed my acorn! How could you do such a horrible thing, Link? That acorn had been in my family for generations! I was gonna pass it on down to my son, but now you won't get the acorn! Now you'll never be able to find true love, and it's all your fault! Of course, there's a PS4 version that's part of 1.5 and 2+5. Yeah. Yay, backwards compatibility. You see it to go soon. Alright, if you have to go soon, bye Cobra. We're probably going to be ending the stream soon anyway, because we're almost done with the Koroks, but I super appreciate you coming out to watch. You're always super awesome. Hopefully we can record stuff soon, and more so importantly, hope things get better for you pretty soon, because you're a super awesome guy. Next timestamp, 2 hours, 11 minutes. Fixing my notes real quick. There we go, that should be better. Oh my god, would this stupid thing just format these things properly? iPhone, you suck. iPhone, you suck. There we go. Alright, so what's the next puzzle we're doing? There we go. Okay, that's not too bad. I played through a little bit of the first Kingdom Hearts game. The furthest I got, I believe, was the Tarzan world. I want to finish that at some point because Kingdom Hearts is pretty cool. The only one I finished was Recoded, and say we were all about Recoded, but it was a pretty alright game. Alright, wait, what is this? Listen for this one. Okay, I see now. Simba, everything the light touches is our kingdom. Sorry. In the stream chat, Cobra says that this area looks like Lion King, so I just had to make that reference. You're welcome for that. That'll never happen ever again. That was not the solution. Uh-huh. Oh, I see now. At last I see the line. That wasn't the solution either. What? What? Why was that? There we go. Oh, so it's barely off by a pixel. I'm sorry. I'm gonna read about this next one before we actually do stuff. Yep, it's a balloon thing. Alright, that's what I was thinking. Tarzan is a fun one, but the game just gets better. Tarzan is certainly one of the earlier worlds. I did not specifically say it looks like the Lion King, but the Lion King is set in Africa, so that is okay. Better appreciate the fact that I referenced a movie I don't really particularly care that much for. Okay, Lion King is not a bad movie. It is a good movie. This is a case of where the the opinion is that I don't care that much for the movie, but the reality is that Lion King is a good movie. My problem with it is I just don't care that much for the second half of it. Like, it has an incredible first half, and then like after Mufasa dies, it kind of like it. Okay, so it has a really great first half of the movie, and everything building up to Mufasa dying is awesome. And then after Simba's off on his own and meets Timon and Pumbaa, I feel like that's where it gets really downhill. Like Scar kind of downgrades a bit. I don't care much for Timon and Pumbaa. That's just my problem with the movie. And if I feel like tricking more people today, I also don't really like The Incredibles that much. I found a balloon! Balloon! I found a balloon! Die, balloon! Can we not attack it with a sword? Can we not attack this with a sword? There we go. That would have been really funny if the balloon was like super indestructible. But we did it! We did it! Yay! 2 more Koroks to go! We're almost there! We're almost there. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Getting the timestamps set up so I can have an easier time editing this later. Okay, the final ones are going to be located over here. It's going to be next to the smaller clump of trees. And the last one is northeast of Mount Granaji. How we pronounce it? Fly, go away. There's a fly in my room. Wait, where's this one? The map isn't entirely clear on where this one is supposed to be. Where's it? It's northeast of the mountain. I guess I do believe it's going to be over here then. Okay, let's go. Eevee and Pikachu. Alright, so after we get these next two Koroks, I'm going to do the outro for the Let's Play version of this video. And then after a moment or so, we will talk a little bit about the plan for streams going forward after that. And then we'll probably end the stream from there. Cobra says, now if you want to piss people off, then you already know my opinion on Monsters University. Do you still not like Monsters University? I mean, it's a totally valid opinion. Like, it definitely is weaker than Monsters Inc. It's just... yeah. You like Cars 2? That's a little surprising. Cars 3 is the least favorite Cars movie, but to be fair, I've only seen it once, so I don't remember much of it. Cars 3 is fine. Like, Cars 1 is definitely the best one. I think nobody can deny that fact. I don't care that much for Cars 2. It's not a bad movie. It's just that it kind of feels like it was meant to be more like a TV movie that got stretched to a theatrical release. And Cars 3 is more the same with the first one. So it's not a bad thing. It's just that it doesn't really do a whole lot of new stuff. I like Lightning McQueen being a mentor. But they keep saying he's super old at this point, but he doesn't really look that different. So it's a little bit of a weird thing. Once again, it is raining. But if you look off the distance over there, well, the rain's clearing up now. If you look off the distance over there, that's the general area for where the Bridge of Hylia is located at. Here's a more detailed look if you want to look at the map. But now we're going to do this thingy. We have the bomb arrows of awesomeness we're going to use to blow up the acorns. Those acorns are looking at me funny. Aha! You found me! You broke my acorn! How could you do such a horrible thing? As if breaking Bob's acorn wasn't bad enough, you had to go and break mine too? Do you realize how hard it is for us to find these stupid acorns? And you just break them maliciously? That is such a mean thing to do. What did we ever do to you? Like, calm down, man. Calm down, those acorns. Like, I understand they're important for your family, but honestly, who cares? Just eat a squirrel and get another acorn. Literally, if you attack a squirrel in this game, they drop acorns instead of meat. It's really funny. So yeah, just go eat a squirrel. Are Koroks carnivores? Or are they vegan? Do they even need to eat? Because there are also plants. So maybe they just consume energy through photosynthesis. Huh. I'm thinking way too much about Korok biology in this video. Photosynthesis. 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 Okay, over here, the last Korok of the lake region. We did it. We did it. Hooray. You're not even facing the camera. Okay. Oh, we did it. This was one of the regions I was worried about the most when I was planning out this Let's Play, because there's 92 Koroks in this area. But we did it. We made it through. Aside from the central region, the rest of the Koroks should be a breeze. And now for the outro for the video. With all that taken care of, we're in this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this video for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I almost said thanks quick. And until next time, later gator to you. Oh yeah. And cue the end screen here. Yay, editing magic! Woo! Alright, so that taken care of. Now we can do the outro for the Gator stream. So, thank you all so much for watching this Gator stream for the late Koroks. I apologize it took a few months longer than expected to get around to doing, but we did it! The late Koroks are finished. The only ones we have left to do now are the Farron region, the Ridgeline region, Hebra, and the Central. We're getting pretty close to the end of this game. So, in terms of what's coming to the channel pretty soon, stay tuned for the rest of Link's Awakening. The Game Boy finale will be going up next weekend, so I'm really looking forward to that. I love how these last couple of videos turned out, so I'm really excited to see that. After that, we'll be focusing a bit on Breath of the Wild Champions Ballad stuff, as well as some bonus videos for other Let's Plays. And then LP50 will be coming out. I don't want to say an exact time frame, because anything can happen that can delay this project, but I will say earlier today I did finish editing the first episode, and I really liked how it turned out, so I'm really excited about that. In terms of streams, the next Gator stream is 99.9% definitely going to be Farron Koroks. I don't know how many streams it's going to take to finish it, but we will get to it at some point. I will like to try to finish the Farron region and the Ridgeline region by the end of the month. If not, then I'm giving James permission to slap me. Or throw up pie in my face, whatever, so no BlueSky. But thank you guys so much for watching this Gator stream. And next time, lead Gator to you. Oh yeah.